Square. Are you all ready for some Junkanoo? Are you ready for some Junkanoo? If you're ready for Junkanoo, someone say, oh yeah, oh yeah! Oh yeah, oh yeah! Give me music! All right, I got a special treat for you all this morning. I have two members of parliament who say they are the best cowbellers in Nassau. We can invite first. I call them honorable my brother Zayn Lightboy. Come to it. The honorable Zayn Lightboy. Come on, brother. Let's go. Better to the environment. And I have, ladies and gentlemen, our minister for youth, sports, and culture, the honorable Mario Boley. Yeah. Today I need some Junkanoo, so these shake their cowbell. How you like? Hey, here you go. All right, are you ready, sir? Now, let me put you on and find out where you all grew up. Where you grow up, sir? Luther, Centerville, and Valley. I say you put Valley in there. Where you grow up, sir?
4th Street, the Grove, and Garden.
4th Street and Garden Hills. All right. All right. We can find out now, Mr. Prime Minister, sir. These are under your leadership. If you were to vote for one of them, which one you think can win?
The one with the Canada roots.
Michael Knight! All right. All right. You know how to shake all that? Let me hear you shake. Let me do a test. Do a test for it. Let me hear. All right, hold on.
Go ahead, Ted. All right. DJ, I need some Junkanoo music right now. The two of these MPs can ring out Bay Street. They can ring out
Category
Washington
for the
Square right now. Give me that Junkanoo
2023
music. Let's go.
Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade and their theme, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I'm Kyle Joaquin. If you're just joining us, I'm joined by Jerome Sawyer and now Mr. Dwayne Davis, the Chief Information Officer from Alive, the title sponsor of this year's parade. Mr. Davis, how are you tonight, man?
Oh, man, it's going pretty good. Thanks for having me, Kyle. Good to see you, man.
Now, a different aspect of tonight's parade was the fact that to purchase a ticket to get in the gate, you needed to have the Alive app.
Yes.
And so I just want to know, how have things been going? Have things been smooth? I see the bleachers are filled, so obviously people are here. It worked.
Well, right now we're about 75% of those who purchase tickets. So we sold about 5,500 tickets, and about 3,500 of them already been scanned. So right now, at 75% capacity, we had a little glitch, a little slow start. The team was here from about 6:30, but there was a little delay on getting the bands to get people on the bleachers. That started like about around 8:30 or so, right? So I am very, very proud of the team. It's two names, Raymond Wright, Tanya Bain, really work hard to put this together. The scanning, we have some of our team members out, as well as volunteers and other paid persons, right? So far, everyone that paid for a seat is in their seat.
Everyone.
Who paid? 75% of them, yeah.
And how many tickets were sold?
Out of 5,500. So 5,523 was sold.
Okay.
3,598 has been scanned, and about another 1,900 are not here yet.
Okay, cool.
But that was to be expected because the three biggest groups are on the back end of the
Yeah,
parade.
Waiting on the Valley to come.
Oh, Lord, there we go.
They waiting on the Valley to come.
Everybody waiting on, once the Saxons come through, I think that's
Pretty
pretty
soon
much
we
it.
have the returning champs, the One Family Warriors, who did a yeoman's job
I
last
thought
year.
they quit Junkanoo. They still.
No, you mean the Valley Boys?
Yeah, the Valley Boys
boy,
quit
that's
Junkanoo. Yes.
I will defend the Valley at all costs.
But in all seriousness, we had to redo the app from last year.
Yeah.
One of the pet peeves of everybody was the one-time transfer. But as you recall, last year, when we sent the tickets by WhatsApp, people were forwarding it to everybody. So we had up to like 10, 20 persons with the same seat.
And you couldn't do that this year. You couldn't use a screenshot. You had to have the app.
You have to have the app.
Yeah.
And then what we did as a courtesy was those who didn't have data on their phone, we had like the little MiFi device so they could connect. But I'm so proud of everybody, whether they was on our competitor or on their live, super fast network. All of my data, it was pretty smooth. Everybody's in their seats, no complaints. So far, so good. I'm very, very proud of the team. Like I said, two names, Raymond Wright and Tanya Bain. They did an excellent job putting it all together.
All right.
Dwayne, I asked John Gomez, who was here earlier, the difficulty in trying to get Junkanooers or people coming to Junkanoo to use an app.
Right.
And what that was like.
This is the first time that you can log in and look at the seat that you want to choose, right? Before you bought tickets and you show up to whatever. It's a known fact that Junkanoo, our sponsorship is minuscule compared to what the ministry and the government put into the parade. Also the JCMP. So what happens, like sponsors like Kalik and Shell and Cable Bahamas, what we do is because we donate to the parade, we get X amount of tickets. So I think like 37% of the tickets went to the sponsors. But initially, it was a shock to most people. But I think mostly what happened, anyone with like an entry-level phone had an issue running the app, but we kind of fine-tuned it for it to work. I think Behemoths are now in tune. And as with most people complain with new things, but I think it went well. It went well.
Then I'm going to interrupt you, gentlemen, for just a moment. Our Marlena Leonard is ready now, as we explained to you a little earlier. She is at not quite yet. All right, my apologies. She's not quite ready yet.
All right. So Dwayne, what do you think about the parade overall? We had Genesis, the first A group of the day. We had several B groups. All executed their themes wonderfully. What do you think about the parade so far?
You know what I like about one good thing I like about Junkanoo is that you have the A groups on Bay Street, and then you got the B groups on Shirley Street. I love the fact that the gaps is closed.
Yes.
Right, so it's not slow. I guess my only disappointment, and this is no criticism to anyone, is that I think with all of the excitement at Roslyn Square, they should spread it out over the whole parade. right? Because that's the reason why everybody clamoring to get seats in Boston and Roslyn Square, right? So maybe put big screens on Shirley Street, maybe spread it out a little bit, but overall, I mean, it's a mammoth task to put on this Junkanoo parade. I mean, it costs millions of dollars, and if you look at it, people are well behaved. There's no stress, no fuss. But for me, if I was in this position, I'd be on Shirley Street right now watching the parade, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it's a people rush.
What you mentioned something that I wanted you to talk a little bit more. Although Alive is the main sponsor, there is so much more that the company does on the back end outside of the sponsorship that requires funds, that requires manpower, that requires man hours even to pull this off.
I mean, what we did was when we took over Junkanoo, we wanted to automate it as a technology company. So the app is a small part of it. Then we need to bring in the giveaways, the stuff that we threw away, the branding. Oh my God, the work that Cable 12 does to get ready, going around to the shack, and then also Alive went to all of the Junkanoo practices. Then we did the picking of the numbers. We were not able, because of weather issues, we were not able to do the drum competition, the cowbell competition. But I mean, we can never compensate our wonderful staff for the amount of hours they put in to get ready. I mean, it's something as simple as power, right? As you know, we have a full engineering team, and what we did was we have a backup to a backup. So we got 2 generators sitting on the truck down here.
Backup generator.
We got a whole tent for production. Then we got to get caterers to feed our staff. We got to get caterers for the skyboxes. And then on top of that, our reporters are roaming. We got to coordinate with the police and defense force. And so basically, Junkanoo is a 7 to 8 month of planning. And then you execute. And then you go back and you recoup to see what you can do differently for New Year's Eve.
All right. Now, again, you mentioned New Year's Eve. You've already started planning that parade, eh?
That parade's pretty much done, right?
Right.
So what we do is the most important thing is everything on Baby got take down. So all the decoration, all the feather flags, all the branding got to come down. Then we got to put it back up. And then we got to set up the tents downstairs. And then, of course, for safety purposes, we got to move all the high-end equipment. Then we got to bring it back, right? And I know for our news, for Jerome, for you, and the team to get together, they started from the 23rd. So it's the 3 to 4, they set up to get everything. Then you got to break that down. Then you got to go. So just like how the guys in the shack and his team no sleep in the shack, his team no sleep at Cable Bahamas Group of Companies.
What do what for me, I always think about what is the next step, and what is the next step in the evolution of Junkanoo. I think the JCNP leaders and others have said we have outgrown this route. There are many things in Junkanoo we have outgrown, and we need to move to the next level to make it, for me, more spectator-friendly, easier to operate, all those things. From where you sit, just in looking at it, where are we?
Boy, as East Street boy, right? Born and raised our strongest corner of Sunlight Village. I remember for Boxing Day, we used to follow the costumes over the hill and then come to Junkanoo. And then afterwards, depending on if the Saxons win, we followed the Mason Edition, right? Yeah. I'm a big fan of Junkanoo being on Bay Street. If you go to Mardi Gras, if you go anywhere around the world, if you go to Brazil, if you go to Trinidad Carnival, events are set in places. The problem that we have in the Bahamas, in my opinion, this is just my humble opinion, not their live opinion, is that we need to move the center of attention from Roslyn Square and make it the whole parade and the whole route, right? One of the things that we wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to hopefully do it next year is the people choice, right? One of the things we wanted to do is set up a big screen in Roslyn Square on Shirley Street by East Street Zion Baptist Church and let people vote. Let them vote and let them see how close their vote is to the judges. Number 2, in the app, we was also supposed to do like giveaways where you could play little games and you also stream it in the app, right? So those are the things that we want to do is take it online. But when you look at it, Alive is 7 years old. This is all new technology, eh? Yeah. So introducing persons to it, a lot of the phones can't handle the high-speed internet and the graphics and all that. But as we migrate into 5G technology in the future, and we get more faster, affordable phones, then persons could be able to participate and do a lot more, right? But Junkanoo on Bay Street should stay. I just think that we need to open it up more. So whether you're on Shirley Street, whether you're on Bay Street, for example, there's a section right up the road from us called Section M. Nobody wanted that because they say people don't rush when they leave Rotten Square. But the average member don't realize that they have to rush until they cross East Street. Yeah. So I think we should educate and also just keep it more traditional, you know.
We're going to allow you now to just, if my team can just give some shots from on the street so folks can see what's happening below us. Unfortunately, these parades have sometimes some lulls in between, but we see some of the smaller groups now coming through.
Yeah, the little scrap groups. The little scrap groups they call them.
I say smaller, you say scrap.
The fun group. The fun group.
But these are really, if you know
they
anything,
are the passionate groups though. They're having fun with it, you know.
But this is how Junkanoo started.
Yeah.
It has its origins in sort of a disorganized group of people just coming out to Bay Street with some music, cowbells and goats.
So Lyndon used to rush with the pigs. So Lyndon used to rush with the pigs one time ago, you know. So,
and this is a group obviously paying tribute to someone's mom, which is beautiful.
Yeah. And then the biggest scrap group is coming out fourth. It's called the Volleyball. I think they came back to Junkanoo. I'm just saying.
I'll let you have that one just for a moment.
Just saying, you know. Just saying.
And the junior Junkanoo group come out behind us. I don't want no noise from you.
There'll be no Saxon slander.
I guess for me as a Junkanoo, one of the disappointments once again, Prodigal didn't show up. So everybody had to move up. So I just hope that they're able to get, be able to get the organization together and be able to show up on Bay. Yeah.
So in all honesty, folks will tell you that this is where the fun of Junkanoo is. Mm-hmm. This is where you don't have to worry about the organization and the big costumes and the pressure.
Yeah, that is nice.
We love you, or I love you.
Big Mama.
We love you, Big Mama.
No, but Jerome, I think outside of this, there's an area of Junkanoo, I don't know if you're sure that this year, I haven't been watching the telecast, is Church Street, where they warm up the drums, where the groups get ready, everybody put on their costume, the groups line up, which is in front of the straw market, what we call the rollover, right? I remember both of my sons taking them right in front of the straw market just for the fanfare and the rollover, so people could actually see, what Junkanoo is all about. If you go down to Church Street right now by Christ Church Cathedral, it's like a bunch of busy bees. Everybody doing the final pieces. They put the costumes together, putting their off the shoulder on, putting the step down on, and then they line up. And I think there's so much science to Junkanoo, how they line up a group. Because if you saw with Genesis, there was so many pieces to the front, and then the music to the back. So you want to try and line it up and make sure that it comes out really nice,
So you mentioned that you've been around Junkanoo for a while, for decades, right? Do you think, in your opinion, this is perhaps the quietest we're going to see Bay Street for the night? Because, the bigger groups are coming next.
Oh, yeah.
One Family is right there.
Yep.
And they're the returning champs. People want to see what they're going to bring. Their theme is Who Are We? The greatest show on earth, and they execute. They have become masters at execution. Do you think that perhaps, I see people already on their feet, so maybe they're coming down the road there, but do you think perhaps this is the quietest we're going to be for the night?
I think so. And I think right up next is the Makers.
Yep.
Right? And I think when you see groups like the Makers, One Family, Valley Boy, Sox, and then close out the Roots, I think that's when you're going to see it get crazy. And, of course, because Junkanoo was delayed by a day, they only get one lap on Bay. And then they get another lap on Shirley. So I think once you would have seen Roots pass, that's down there by the rollover right now by the sugar factory, right? Close by the straw market.
So this is the area that you were talking about a little earlier. That's really where it all begins.
I love that area. I love it down there. I call it the real people, because, you got the fence-off area by the old Scans, and from there go all the way to the Hilton, or the British Colonial. It's just standing room only, 4 and 5, 6 deep. I think one thing that we got to fix, Jerome, is tonight, I had so many tourists that came from the hotel and said, where can I buy tickets? Where can I buy tickets? So, unfortunately, Junkanoo was sold out, right? All the tickets were gone. So hopefully we got to probably look at a way to probably get them more involved. But if you look around across the street, down from us, they're just filling in. The police are doing a really good job, just letting them stand where they can to watch the parade.
And maybe it is that you have the hotels maybe reserve a couple seats for their guests who are coming in.
To be honest and to be fair to them, they've tried that. But unfortunately, when you have and Atlantis won 300. The Bahama won 300.
What's left for the locals?
Margaritaville won 300, and more tickets left.
Yeah, what's left for the
And
locals?
that's been one of our challenges. We've even had one of the big banks wanted 250 tickets, right? There's only 8,114 tickets sold for Junkanoo, period. And that's from Parliament, that's from Frederick Street to East Street. That's it. There's no more tickets. So what we should probably do, Jerome, is flip the dynamics, right? Put bleachers on Shirley Street, probably.
Just give you a pause right there. I just want to point out Belinda Wilson in her group there, the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, well known as being a very outspoken trade unionist. You see, as proof that Junkanoo is open to every Bahamian.
Yeah, and throughout the parade, you're going to see a lot of public figures, a lot of prominent public figures, a lot of politicians as well, religious leaders.
Oh, yeah.
They all
want to be
take
in touch
part
with
in
the people.
Junkanoo.
Oh, yeah. Junkanoo is big. I mean, it's amazing now, as you and Kyle can attest to, Jerome, every event got Junkanoo. It's like a year-round business, and they're actually making money from Junkanoo now.
Yeah.
You know, which is also good for the locals.
All right, and Belinda's having the time of her life down there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'll tell you something, and Belinda's a lover of Bahamian culture.
Yeah.
Wherever you see her in this music, she will get involved. But again, you see this is classic Junkanoo, and you see even there the newspaper fringing. Again, the original Junkanoo.
Yep.
What was worn originally in Junkanoo. And you see there also that coarse fringing as well.
Oh, yeah.
You just use the scissors to cut.
These are the folks who really don't care about the judging aspect of Junkanoo.
No.
They are literally out there to have a good time, you know?
I think one of the greatest Junkanoo groups is still Sting, right? Sting ain't come yet. They down at Sting Alley next to the Straw Market. They got their own alley, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, Sting, they're not an A, B, or C group. They just by themselves. That's how unique they are.
Yeah, that's Sting.
Right? And Bernard Handel, my good cousin, has been the leader extraordinaire for life. He's a leader for life. Right? There's no democracy, no voting, no selection. He's the leader. And Sting will come down and show the people what they do.
Looking forward to it.
I haven't heard the song this year. You know, every year Sting do it strong.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to sort of bring our folks up to date on the groups that have passed thus far. We've seen we've seen in the A category, we have seen Genesis. They have come out first. In the B category, the Conquerors for Christ and Foundation and the Immortals. These are some of the D groups now that are coming through. So we still have quite a ways to go in terms of the sort of the major A groups.
Yep.
And then, of course, the continuation of the B groups.
Yep.
All right, now on your screen,
Here we go.
the banner for One Family.
The returning champions and their theme, Who Are We? The greatest show on earth. So just so you follow as they prepare to come out of the hold, their banner depicts the mothers of Junkanoo paying tribute to the female pioneers who have paved the way and set a new terrain for future generations of Junkanooers. Icons such as Maureen DeValier, Becky Chipman, Arlene Nash Ferguson, who's still a pioneer, who's still leading the way in Junkanoo here, Linda Stubbs, and their first female chair of Junkanoo, Muffin. You know, Muffin did a pretty historic feat last year, leading One Family to Boxing Day victory and New Year's Day victory. She earned that, you know, after years of trying, they did it. They finally got it right.
That's the first woman to lead a group to those victories. That's phenomenal.
I'm so proud of One Family, you know, as a die-hard South Saxon superstar. It's good when your children go out and be great.
Yeah.
You know, One Family right now is just great, right?
Wait, this One Family came from Saxons?
One Family came from Saxons.
Genesis
yes,
as well.
Genesis as well, yes, sir.
Okay, look at
and
that.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, Roots came out of the Valley.
Yeah.
Right? So Junkanoo's evolved, right? You know, my son and my daughter are rushing. My daughter's a SSD, Saxon Superstar dancer. My son is a step down. And there's no loan and there's no group money. Eh? All of that